So welcome you all for the today's class. Today's class is going to be about the overview of a neurology chapter, like how to approach, what are the important topics which you have to definitely read while reading the central nervous system, and also it's a general approach of a child with a neurological disorder. So I'm not going to in detail about each and everything, just an overview about the central nervous system disorders. So moving on to the important questions, like what are all the topics you have to read in thorough when you are dealing with the central nervous system, is mainly the nowadays they are been asking more basics questions, like physiology related or anatomical biochemical related questions has been asked. So in that way, if you see CSF circulation, physiology and related abnormality is hydrocephalus, so it is definitely a very important question. And diagnostic neurophysiology, in recent days you have been getting more questions in these areas. And cranial nerve examination, light reflex, accommodation reflex pathway, deep tendon reflex and gait, these are all like good old questions. Right from our undergraduation we are dealing with these topics, and you should be very thorough in the older topics. And coming to the central nervous system per se, you will be having questions on febrile convulsions. And regarding epilepsy, there are recent Indian Journal of Pediatrics and IAP recommendations are there. Newer interventions being introduced in epilepsy treatment, like refractory status epilepticus. So definitely you should read in and out about the epilepsy. And you may have questions on meningitis, basically all type of meningitis, like bacterial meningitis, fungal, aseptic meningitis or post meningitis sequelae. So you can get questions in any areas. And regarding congenital abnormalities, mainly the neural tube defects, they are been asking questions. And in that, approach to microcephaly, macrocephaly is one of the important question. And regarding the neuromuscular and peripheral nervous system disorders, if you see approach to a floppy infant, acute flaccid paralysis approach, regarding ADEM, Guillain-Barré syndrome, Bell's palsy, and newer treatment modalities for SMA and DMD, that is spinal muscular atrophy and Duchenne's muscular dystrophy, and old question is cerebral palsy. So these are all while reading the neurology chapter itself, you have to categorize into various topics and you should not miss out reading anything. Okay, so moving on to the history and general and examination. If you see neurological, in all the neurological disorders are associated with abnormal development only. So you have to elicit a very careful history, and history taking is a cornerstone in diagnosing a neurological disorder. So age of onset of developmental deviation may suggest the onset of the disease to some extent. And also, if you see any acute insult has occurred, means that lead to sudden regression of development. So again and again, history taking is again very important in eliciting the neurological deficit. And based upon the mode of onset, you can narrow down to certain conditions. Like for example, like accurate history gives about the disease process. If the onset is very acute, then it may suggest underlying vascular event. If the onset is subacute, means then there may be any infection, like long-standing infection. Slowly it has been producing symptoms, like for example in tuberculous meningitis, brain abscess, or in case of some brain tumors, it is subacute onset. It gives a clue. And if there is a like a waxing and waning course, like relapsing, again it remits and then again it relapses. So these type will be mostly seen in multiple sclerosis or inborn errors of metabolism or metabolic diseases. You may have this kind of onset. And if you see it is subacute, like slowly it will be progressing, but once it start progressing, it shows only the downhill course. There won't be return back to normal. So this type of neurological disorders may be seen in neurodegenerative conditions and also in malignancies. History of consanguineous marriage or family history of neurological disorder suggests the hereditary disorder. So again, if you see, history taking plays a major role in in narrowing down to the diagnosis of neurological condition. And next comes the examination. I am not going into in detail about this examination.